What is this guy's name? Is he even he? Yeah, he is. What is your name?
What are you doing here? You're not a scavenger.
Yeah, there's two questions
I came here to look for my partners because I heard the water had dried.
Baran.
I'm not seeing my partners. They should be here.
Partners.
A while back, I was part of a trio with a couple
Yeah,
of
we can either
scavengers.
choose
We all used to
to
scavenge around
give this guy
807
guilt to
back
leave
in the day.
over, or we can
One day,
choose
mixed
to
in with some random junk we came
what's
across,
this?
we found a clue about
not
possible
abolish
treasures in
his
the
sins.
flooded
What's the
square.
saying again?
We got our hands on some
Absolve.
dive suits.
That's it. Yeah.
Swam
We can
our
either
way
absolve
there.
his sins, or we can
Place was brimming with
persecute
treasure
him
not seen
for his
above
sins.
ground. I remember how beautiful it was. But then, bad luck met good luck. Just like that. The others started having trouble with their dive suits. Only I was able to escape.
And your partners? They died?
Yes.
Presumably.
When I returned to Zion, I put the scavenger life behind me and became something of a recluse. Every night I was plagued by horrible dreams. Angel, please. I'd ask that you come to me immediately if you find any evidence of scavengers here.
All right. I'll let you know if I find something.
That sound. There was like a ringing sound effect that was coming from the game, I think. Part of the soundtrack, was it? I don't remember that part. Yeah, this tech is insanely useful.
It's the corpse of a scavenger. Actually, wait.
Or
There are
possessed.
two of them. Seems like they were stuck here a long time.
Yes, they swam here and then found themselves stranded. Hey, I found a journal.
This place is filled with treasure, but I didn't expect my insulated diving suit to break down. I should have done more tests before coming, but it looks like Baron escaped. I'm glad that Crybaby was able to get out at least. If he was here with me, he would have kept crying and shouting that he was scared, huh? I'm still doing okay. I've got enough body cells left and preserved food for supplements. Now I just have to wait for Baran. He will definitely come back and save us. He's a bit clumsy, but he cares a lot about his comrade. His comrades? I was just looking at the geometry on the controller. I'm hitting my limit. Why hasn't he come back? Our preparations taking that long? Energy has fallen below 30%. Damn it. I knew Baron would do this. That wimp left us behind. Everything we own belongs to him. I bet he's laughing. Damn traitor. Baron, you traitor. No, you damn murderer. I'll never forgive you. I'll curse your name forever. I think he actually commits suicide if we give that to him, by the way, from what I remember. So...
It's as Baron said. He and his partners dove to find treasure underwater. It looks like their dive suits malfunctioned, so they waited here to be rescued. But Baron left thinking they were already dead.
Should we keep this a secret?
I'm not sure. Do you think he'll be able to take it? Let's take what we can for now and go.
I don't think he's able to take it. I said that already on the first playthrough. On the first playthrough, I didn't give the memories. Or I mean, no. I gave the memory sticks to him, but I didn't give the journal to him. Speaking of, can we read the memory sticks? Oh, they aren't part of the normal... Okay, so we can. Got it. Almost Eve. Okay, Eve is just bouncing around for fun.
We found the remains of your former partners. Here they are. The 2 lost memory sticks.
Just the memory sticks. I like
If you
the
lay their
dialogue more
memories in
when
the
we
memory chamber,
hold the journal.
I'm sure forgiveness will find you in the end.
Huh? Forgiveness?
Oh yeah, Eve misspoke.
Nothing.
She accidentally said, I hope forgiveness finds
I'm
you in the
very
end.
grateful that my partner's
Because
memories were recovered.
that indicates that he's
I'll
guilty
be
of
sure to
something.
keep them in a good spot in the memory chamber and pray there daily.
Eve is not the best. What is
I
that
think
sound?
I might finally be able to wake up from this nightmare. Angel, thank you so much.
Is that supposed to be coming from... Hold the phone. Must there a sound right in this game, right? Yeah, there is. Yeah, it is coming from the game. Okay, I was just... That ringing sound that was coming when he's like talking and the music goes blank for a moment. Like that didn't sound normal. But yeah, listen to what Eve says when she's moving forward. When she's moving atop these stairs when I go that way.
Eve, are you sure you're fine with this?
The truth can sometimes be too much to bear for beings as fragile as humans. Maybe I'm the same.
Very important lore bit there. Maybe I'm the same too, You know why Eve says that? Actually, that reminds me. Remember that one Sentinel Min on his questline when he asks us to avenge or find his missing comrades in the Great Desert? And Eve goes, you know, up the rooftops on the buildings and finds the Abaddon boss fight. We kill the Abaddon, we retrieve the memory sticks, go back to Min, and Eve... Actually, wait, no, it's before that when she gets the quest from Min when she says this line. But when Min is presuming that, you know, you angels, because you are so like perfect, you always like, you pity us humans for being so like inadequate and like not up to the challenge, and just not as like mechanically and intellectually and academically as smart and as successful as you angels are, and Eve contradicts this when he says this by saying that I always I'm wait, how did she say it exactly? I think she said that I'm always worried of having to deal with missions on my own, or having to handle missions on my own. Like she's actually like that's a sign of insecurity from Eve, and that's a thing that you actually don't hear from Eve for that many times in this story actually. And part of what makes you feel feelings of like actually here's the thing though, like fear and insecurity are not the same thing. Like they feel different, but why do they feel different? Okay, so fear is something when you feel uncomfortable, for example, in a new situation or environment, or if it's the fear of the unknown, possibly, or the fear of rising up to the challenge, maybe also, possibly, as well as like fear because of horror, but that goes back to the fear of the unknown, right? But what about like how does insecurity differentiate itself from the fear? I guess fear is a concept of a feeling, while insecurity is a description of somebody's like personality trait. Maybe that's like one difference. But insecurity is also like the consistent feeling of being uncomfortable regardless of the situation, and feeling like your own like determination and your own like efforts just feels like it's not enough a lot of the time. Like that's kind of like, it's more like chronic, I guess we could say. It's more consistent feeling of like fear, feeling insecure, So that's like one difference also. But I guess looking at the definition of, from like a dictionary would also help with this. But, point is, what I'm saying is that, Eve's insecurity that she's showing, very rarely, but she has shown it, is different from feeling fear, you know? In fact, does Eve ever show fear? Like, Eve shows insecurity, but she doesn't show fear, I don't think. Like, maybe the only time when she showed fear... What would be a point in this game where she shows fear? It's maybe the prologue, when she sees Taki getting killed by that unidentified Night Diva. Maybe that's when she felt fear. Like, the only time in the story when she visibly looks like she feels fear. What is wrong with this?
That's Olivia.
Oh yeah, Olivia. We don't actually know
come
this
all the way
person.
out here for junk.
Yeah, we don't know this person. But Adam does. Also, I'm really curious now. What is the... Okay, what is the dictionary difference between fear and insecurity? This doesn't come to my mind here. Like, talking about, like, the feeling that it gives. You know? I mean, there's obviously the fact that insecure means, you know, something else besides, you know, it's a feeling of, like, unsure. So, like, it literally also, like, feel, or not, what am I saying? It also, like, means different exactly compared to fear. But I'm talking about, like, insecurity in the context of, like, something that leads to or feels like fear or is akin to fear, you know? It's, I guess, I mean, it's like, like, there is also the term of, like, the unsafetyness, I guess, or the defenseless feeling that it gives, also the feeling insecure, you know? Not comfortable or confident in oneself in certain situations, not secure. Go, like, back to fear, unaccountable, strong, uncontrollable, unpleasant emotion caused by actual or perceived danger or threat. Feel fear about something, to be afraid of, to consider, expect with alarm. To be anxious or solicitous for. Maybe she's just being self-aware. Maybe that's what it is. You know, it could actually not be fear or insecurity. Those are literally just like they are the side products because of, you know, what Eve is feeling. And the reason as to why Eve might feel those, I guess, insecurity more so, is because she's more self-aware, you know? She's more like culturally, like, enriched person because of, you know, what she is, because of what her sphere is doing with her, you know, memory stick and her, like, integral, like, algorithm, I guess, that she has had inside of her to make the person, or make her the person that she is throughout the decades. So maybe that's, like, self-awareness, and the feeling, the sense of self itself, maybe is the reason as to why she feels more... Why she feels like the emotions that she is feeling are more pronounced than for the other Eve Protocol members. So maybe she's just able to be more aware of those feelings that she is feeling compared to her comrades. And that's the feeling as to why she... Or that's the reason as to why she openly goes and says like, you know, I always like worry about like having to deal with missions on my own, you know? Being able to take care of missions on my own, you know? Maybe that is ultimately the reason as to why. Because after all, she doesn't really show fear. So the moments when she shows insecurity are more like her self-awareness talking, you know, being more realistic. Rather than being, you know, more gullible and like, I guess,
Meeting an angel in a place like this. Lucky me. Actually, I was just about to head back to Zion.
You have to keep in mind, Raven does not show
anything
those same
useful?
qualities too much.
Oh,
She shows some
I
of
didn't
them,
come out all this way
for
just
sure,
to pick
in
up
her
junk.
records.
Then
But when
why?
you meet her later in the
I
game,
deciphered a code
she seems to
that
be
was
fully
intentionally
engulfed
hidden
in
inside 807's map data.
resentment towards the Mother Sphere and
I
her
decoded it,
thirst
and
for
this
vengeance.
is what it gave me. Wanderers will find their rest when the song of the siren reaches their ears. The siren they're referring to probably refers to the statue of a mermaid in Patelos
But
Plaza.
during like the 2nd Airborne
Long
Squadron
ago, there was a
records,
time where
like
scavengers were actually
Raven is
called
actually
wanderers.
genuinely
It was like a code that was
concerned,
waiting just
but
for
also
me.
afraid,
So
both
that's why I
visibly
came
as well
here,
as
to
what she
find
says,
rest, in spite of all the
on like
dangers.
her comrades' like
Did you ever find
well-being
it?
as well, before she
No,
becomes
I gave up
completely
because
alone.
finding the siren was
So,
too hard with all the natives
You know,
around.
just like I've said before with my
Do you want
hypothesis
me
on
to
this
take a look
game,
instead?
on the PS5,
I'd be so grateful.
is that
You should be able to find rest by
the
activating the
captains are
siren with this
also
modified
different
fusion
compared
cell.
to the other Eve Protocol
Leave it
members.
to me. You should return to Zion.
Because then
Okay,
the captains
I'll
are
be
also
waiting for you
significantly more knowledgeable and more mature and more determined and more encouraging compared to the other Eve Protocol members, which are some of the core values that you want to have on a captain anyway. Anybody who's a leader to anything. So it makes sense, but you know, they have enough where, you know, they can be more self-aware of their own selves, but at the same time be completely indomitable in the face of danger. Something that Eve is not, because she's significantly more...
Look over there. It's our statue. You have the fusion cell.
He's
that Olivia
significantly
gave
more self-aware to the point of
Put it
also
in the fusion
feeling
rod.
like her own self-preservation is a very important thing that she must uphold, compared to something like, you know, how Taki and Raven feel. But also that could be just because of her personality trait also, because Eve is a lot more like Eve has a lot of courage as well, of course she does, obviously, but she's not out there to, you know, throw herself in the face of danger like willingly whenever she gets a chance. She feels like there has to be a reason for it that she feels like she can believe in, right? While Taki and Raven, on the other hand, they are more willing. They are more willing to, you know, throw themselves at the cause that they have been taught to believe in, that is important for them as captains, as leaders. So it is ultimately the inculcation as well as the preconceptual knowledge that has been
The building.
built or formed
It's all
for
lit up.
Eve that is the reason as to why
That
she
building there
is so
is a
much more
motel.
self-aware and why her
That's a place
self-esteem
to
is
sleep and
different
recover,
compared to the other
right?
Eve Protocol members.
Yeah, that's probably why Olivia called it a
Ultimately,
resting
her
place.
sense of self is just
The decor is somehow
more unique.
worse than I thought, even for cheap accommodations. But having somewhere to lay your head, it can give you the strength to stand on your
having
feet.
somewhere to lay your head can
agree.
give you the strength to
Still,
stand on your feet.
I was expecting a little more.
That's also one of the
How
best lines in the
disappointing.
game too, that one. Right, you might as well return, there's nothing else to do here. Oh, the vine. Well, if I TP back, I can also TP from, you know, picking up the vine. I can also TP back to the same place. Something we can also do. Well, we might as well talk to her too now.
I just heard the songs of the siren.
Yep.
I knew
The
you
motel,
could do it, Angel.
the
Did you
motel
find
is
the
out of
treasure?
order, so no.
When the siren first started singing, everything started lighting up. There wasn't much after that.
Is that really it? I suppose I thought a resting place would be more special. I'm sorry about all this. My misunderstanding just wasted your time.
No. It's like Adam said. Having somewhere to lay your head can give you the strength to stand on your feet.
She's quoting a
Sometimes a
person
place to rest is its
like
own
she
kind of
should
treasure.
understand what was already said,
Yeah.
but she has never
It's
heard
like
this
how
line
Zion
before.
is our resting place.
Yeah.
I'll be going now. Let me know if you learn anything else important.
Yeah. Adam and
Yeah,
Eve were
of course.
literally just on
Be
a
safe.
two-way call when Adam says that line, you know? Olivia could not have heard that possibly. And then Eve is like, it's just like Adam said. I feel like that's a meta reference. It's probably a mistake from the developers on that one, to be honest. Also, I never opened this locker. This is Teddy's locker. Could be a nice place to take pictures in, like this inside Aresia. For some photo mode tricks.